Hello everyone, here's Vita. I'm in California right now at my mom's place, and I am trying to create a nice area here where she would usually sit down in the afternoon. And I found this turquoise pots. They're plastic under one of the tables in the garage, and I would like to use it just to give more color in this area. So I bought some snapdragons in different shades of pink and white, and I also got some ajuga, and I also found this pot of hydrangea. There are two plants in there. They don't look so good. They need some iron, and I'll probably separate them and plant them in those turquoise pots. And we picked up some saucers because these pots are just sitting here on the concrete. One is elevated, and I think it's a waste of water if it just flows down the drain. So my sister is worried about mosquitoes, but we're in California, and even if there's a little water in the saucer, it dries up very fast. Plus, the mosquitoes don't lay their eggs in fresh water. So picked up some bags of good garden soil. So I'd like to start very soon. I'll just go get me a cup of coffee, and then I'd like to finish this today because I'll be visiting my other sister in LA during the weekend, and we'll be staying there a week. I would also like to continue with this project. The raised bed is now moved. We picked up a lot of organic compost, so I'd like to fill this up today and maybe start some seeds. So I already moved plants around, like the herbs. The rosemary doesn't look so good here. It was in an area where it doesn't really get too much sun. Plus, I think they were watering it too much, and now it has some kind of mildew. So I positioned the herbs here where it gets a lot of sun. They should be looking better in a few weeks. I just moved plants around where I think they would thrive, like the zinnias love direct sun, a lot of sunshine. It was also sitting in a shady area in the garden and also sorting out the colors. This area is now a more vibrant part of the garden with reds and yellows and whites and orange. And the right side of the garden has a more subtle color, mellow, light pinks and purples and whites. So I just transferred some colors here. Of course, they're not looking very well yet. No blooms. I deadheaded. I fertilized with some liquid organic fertilizer made from fish, I think. So this should be putting out blooms very soon. I also fertilized the geraniums, hoping that it will put out more flowers. These structures in the garden were all DIY projects of mine and my other sister many years ago, and they're still here. Just the plants are now different. And this is the area where I took out the raised bed, and as you can see, there are a lot of roots, and it even climbed all the way up to the raised bed. And these roots are coming from the pine trees or cypress, I think, over here. That is one reason why we took out the raised bed here. And my suggestion now is to just put maybe 3 rows of containers that we'd like to build, like this one here, maybe longer ones, and just elevate it just like that one there, so the roots will not grow in the raised bed again, and just use it as cut flower bed. So that's another project that I'd like to finish before I leave. Okay guys, I'll go get my coffee now. Enjoy this early morning sunshine over there. And then I'll start working. Put some plants here, add some colors for my mom to enjoy. She usually sits here in the afternoon for a few hours just to be out, and some colors would probably make her happy.